Shema Yasha Allah, Yahweh, Allah Hayanawa, Yahweh, Achad. Shema Yasha Allah, Yahweh, Allah Hayanawa, Yahweh, Achad. Shema Yasha Allah, Yahweh, Allah Hayanawa, Yahweh, Achad. Brakati Yahweh, Brakati Yahweh, Brakati Yahweh, Brakati Yahweh, Brakati Yahweh, Brakati Yahweh, Bahasam Kahakudas. I want to give double honors to our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule well as peace and blessings, health and wellness to the house of David the elect. I'm Zahad, Spirit Wind, Lawyer, Spirit Wind Levi, and today I want to go into a live stream entitled That Wicked Seed. That Wicked Seed. Hey, Shalom, brothers, sisters who are tuning in to this live stream. All right, just gonna do a quick live stream entitled That Wicked Seed. All right, and who is that wicked seed? All right, it's Esau Edom. All right, starting with the serpent in the garden. All right, and if you look at this, the mindset of the world today, it's a result of a wicked seed being planted in the garden back in the book of Genesis, around the third chapter, around the third chapter. Okay, that was that first wicked seed. What made that seed wicked? It was a seed or a mindset of rebellion. And now that mindset of rebellion has sprouted, all right, as a nation, all right, that governs the world with the mindset of rebellion, all right, also known as the wine of the wrath of the daughter of Babylon today, also known as today westernization, all right, freedom, all right, democracy, all right. I hate to say Christian. I mean, at one point it was Christianity, but now Esau doesn't even really push Christianity, all right, because his whole thing is really freedom, all right. That's what the alphabet gang. That's what, all right, just do as thou wilt, individualism, egoism, all right, please the flesh ism, you see, but it's all rooted in a wicked seed that was planted in the garden, which is all part of the grand scheme of Yahweh, all right, Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, and in his world, all right, because his world is like unto a play, all right. We're in Yahweh's play. We're in Yahweh's theater, all right. So moving forward, moving on, all right, we are living in the result of a wicked seed of rebellion being planted in the garden, like unto a cancer or a cancer cell that has now manifested into a full tumor within the planet Earth. Okay, and once again, that wicked seed has started with the serpent in the garden. All right, inculcating, all right, coaxing Eve with a mindset of rebellion and questioning the Most High. I read that the first wave feminists commended the serpent, which the serpent was a cunning man. That was a metaphor, all right, for the character of this particular man, which was a man that was cunning, meaning he was clever, all right. He may have been skilled with the arts, all right, skilled with the different sciences, all right, different science, and nonetheless, he sort of coaxed Eve with the mindset to question Yahweh within his garden. All right. And Eve being seduced by the serpent, all right, persuaded Adam to go after this philosophy, biblically described as the fruit of the knowledge of good and evil, which is all these things are metaphors. All right. But it's basically a philosophy, a mindset of the left-hand side, all right, the knowledge of good and evil, all right. And basically it's a mindset that put us, all right, in a position of a God,
knowing good and evil, which unfortunately we did take in that philosophy, and the result of it is we learning good and evil through these different kingdoms that we were held captive, because ultimately the grand scheme of Yahweh will us forget will us to get the kingdom, all right, the hard way. We initially got it initially in the garden, but now you're gonna learn good and evil, and we're learning evil, all right. But it was all rooted in the garden, all right, with a philosophy that persuaded Adam and Eve, all right, to go after the mindset of rebellion, all right, which is that going back in Revelation 20, where it refers to this dragon as that old serpent. Once again, the serpent he started as that serpent, that seed of rebellion, and it manifested into a kingdom on earth, or a kingdom of rebellion, also known as Western civilization. All right, and they got their first kingdom. All right, during the time of the Greeks. All right, which was a continuation ultimately of the serpent in the garden, because that kingdom of the Greeks or the Grecians came with the mindset of freakism, or of hedonism. All right, this was illustrated in the movie Alexander Revisited. All right, when it was shown through his character, all right, as he went around the world, conquering the world, renaming everything. All right, he also had an affinity, all right, for Transformers at that time. They also show how Grecian soldiers would sodomize boy soldiers. All right, this is the nature of Esau Edom. This is something that goes on in the sports world. All right, in his locker rooms. That's why he doesn't mind being buck naked amongst other Edomites, and it's very good. It's good to understand the nature of Esau Edom. Just a little side note, I remember a couple of years. All right, I was in the gym, and I was in the gym's locker room, and there was an old Edomite who may have been 70 years old. And you know those old Edomites that still go to the gym to stay in shape? Well, nonetheless, he was in the gym butt fucking naked, man. Like you don't see a problem here. You're the only guy that's naked. You see? But that rebellious, freakish mindset, that mindset of being estranged from the womb. But let's go back to the topic. Let's go back to the lesson. As it says in Revelations 20, where it refers to the culmination of this man's empire are being rooted in that old serpent, as that old serpent in the garden. All right, and that serpent evolved into his first kingdom. All right, in the time of the Grecians in the book of Maccabees. But this is the part that I wanted to emphasize. All right, it said that Philip of Macedonia. All right, it referred to Philip being basically the king of Macedonia. All right, and basically he was the father of Alexander the Grecian. So Alexander the Grecian was the son of Philip the Macedonian. Now wait a minute, who else was a Macedonian? Haman, or Ammon, was the Macedonian. In the book, the editions of Esther, the 16th chapter and the 10th verse, it refers to Haman, all right, as the Macedonian, who had an ulterior motive to translate the kingdom of the Persians, all right, to the kingdom of the Macedonians, all right, which ultimately that was succeeded by Philip the Macedonian. But wait a minute, it refers to Haman, as I mentioned before, all right, the grandson of Agag. Agag. But it tells you in the book of Esther that Ammon, or Haman, the son of Agag, all right, I'm sorry, the grandson of Agag, all right, it tells you that his grandfather Agag was what? An Amalekite. Agag was the grandson of Amalek. All right, or Agag was the descendant of Amalek. He was a Amalekite. All right, which Agag was the king of the Amalekites. Okay, but Agag being the king of the Amalekites, all right, which is the descendant of Amalek. Well, guess what? Amalek was the grandson of who? Esau, Edom. Esau, Edom. Esau, Edom. So we can ascertain, we can put together that Alexander the Grecian is a descendant of Esau, Edom. There's books written on this. There's books written that the Romans are the Edomites. Okay, but we even have a biblical timeline. We have a biblical timeline, okay, of this validity of what I'm saying. That, all right, Alexander, who the world knows is not a fictional character, he's in the scripture, he's that little goat, written in the book of Daniel, the little he goat. All right, Alexander the Grecian is the descendant of Esau, Edom. All right, now from a spiritual perspective, Esau, Edom is the reincarnation of Cain. All right, Esau, Edom is the reincarnation of Cain, that wicked seed, that son of rebellion, that man who embodied wickedness, who envied the man who embodied righteousness. Well, wait a minute. What did it say in the book of Genesis, the 25th chapter? That the twins wrestled in the womb, because that was a representation of wickedness being resistant to righteousness. All right, and two nations were going to be in Rebecca's womb. All right, two manner of people, meaning she was going to give birth to fraternal twins who were going to be the progenitors of two different nations, and those two different nations were going to have two different dispositions, two different characteristics. All right, you see, and one was going to embody righteousness, and the other was going to embody wickedness, also known as rebellion. So one characteristic of this man who rules the earth is a characteristic of rebellion. Rebellion against what? The ways of Yahweh. What are the ways of Yahweh manifested as? His laws, the 613 laws, statutes, and commandments. Now it tells you that if you show favor to the wicked, he still won't learn righteousness. So to that effect. So his Esau, Edom's ways, all right, known as biblically Esau, Edom today, the so-called white man, his ways are all contrary to the laws of Yahweh. All right, whether it's thou shalt not, K-I-L-L, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, all right, thou shalt not bear false witness, all right, thou shalt not mar thy beard, thou shalt not put cuttings into thy flesh, all right. Every law that we have within our heritage, he rebels. So this is indicative of who this man is who runs the earth now. He's no more than the wicked seed that was planted. He's a descendant of the wicked seed that was planted in the garden, who's now manifested as this great dragon of rebellion. Okay? That old serpent who's manifested as the great dragon of rebellion, who's manifested as the Grecian Empire, as the Roman Empire, as the Roman Empire reincarnated through the Renaissance period. All right. Yeah. The NATO and the EU, all right, which is an extension, a continuation of that rebirth of that Roman Empire. Okay. It's a rebirth. Okay. So there's nothing more to say here. I think I pretty much made the point that what we see manifested in the earth, the mindset, the mentality that's being manifested in the earth, all right? The mindset, the mentality that's been manifested in the earth is nothing more of a result of a wicked seed being planted in the garden during the beginning of the earth, the beginning of the times of man. Okay? That's all a part of this
great play written by the grand writer, all right, within his great theater, all right. But as it says in Second Ezra, as the question was posed, what should be the parting asunder of the times, or when should be the beginning of the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? And the answer is the parting asunder of times is going to be fulfilled during the thermonuclear destruction of America. That represents the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth, which is the times of righteousness, the era and the age of righteousness, the era and the age of peace, all right, fulfilled by Jacob, all right, under the government of Yahushua. All right, but with that, I hope you brothers and sisters were edified. Once again, I would like to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Kahakudas. I also would like to give double honors to our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone who well. Peace and blessings, health and wellness to the house of the elect. Abba, Kwame Ashala, Shalom.